Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping.
The oceans are a mysterious place. It's obvious that we know more about the solar system than we do about the ocean. As a result, a lot of the oceans still seem mysterious. No wonder scientists are still discovering new marine species never seen before by humans. For centuries, humans have been fascinated by oceans, and the mysteries of the deep seas have played a role in the world of mythologies. The creatures in our countdown today of 10 mythical sea creatures serve as a warning to you. Be careful when exploring, you never know what or who is under the deep waters. Number 10. Kappa. The ponds of Japan are inhabited by Kappa, a mythological monster. The creature is said to have the appearance of a reptile and some human features, with the shell of a tortoise on its back. It doesn't stop there. It has abilities to speak human languages with its mouth that appears like a beak. In color, it ranges from green, yellow, or even blue in its webbed feet and hands. The Kappa always have a small bowl dent at the top of their heads. It is believed that this is their source of power. The bowl is commonly known as the Sara, and the Kappas are required to have the Sara full of water, especially when they are leaving the waters to explore the lands where human beings live. If a Kappa leaves the water when its Sara isn't full, it may result to the death of the Kappa. This Japanese mythical creature is known to cause mischief and harm to human beings. Things including harmless jokes like noises similar to one farting, to more serious things like harming livestock, kidnapping children, or even assaulting women. However, not everyone thinks they're evil. Other legends argue that some Kappas are generous and have come through to help human beings. What are your thoughts? Do you believe that humans can be friends with this sea creature? Let us know in the comments below. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you will get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it, it really works. Number 9. Skyla. Skyla the sea monster lived opposite Charybdis, another mythical sea creature. Stay tuned for that. This creature Skyla, with 12 dangling feet, grisly head, and 6 long necks, had a voice similar to that of a yelping dog. She was greatly feared by many. Ships that sailed near her would immediately capsize and all on board would end up dead. Some classical writers argue that once, Skyla was a gorgeous nymph who had fallen in love with Glaucus, who was a sea god. However, the witch who was in love with Glaucus bewitched Skyla, transforming her into the monster. Other ancient poets believe that Skyla was born as a monster into her monstrous family. What do you think? Do you know anything personally about this mythical sea creature? Share with us. Number 8. Charybdis. Charybdis lived opposite Skyla under a small rock on the side of a narrow tunnel. Charybdis and Skyla worked together to eliminate sailors who dared come near them. Sailors dreaded to stumble upon this fierce pair of monsters in the deep waters. Charybdis had a huge thirst for water. She swallowed huge amounts of water 3 times a day. After having enough of the water, she belched it back out all again, creating a large whirlpool. The whirlpool was so strong that it was capable of dragging a ship underwater. The origin of this creature isn't clear. Some argue that Charybdis was the daughter of Gaia and Poseidon before she was cursed for helping her father in his feud with her uncle Zeus. The two men were fighting over engulfed lands and islands in the water. Zeus captured Charybdis and chained her in the deep waters. This is when Charybdis was cursed before being transformed into a monster. She was then given flippers for arms and an uncontrollable thirst for water. Do you believe in curses? Let us know in the comments. However, other legends believe that Charybdis was born as a sea monster. Whatever you want to believe, she was pretty scary. Her actual size is also unclear, although to consume a ship, especially a Greek one for that matter, she can be estimated to be 23 meters in size. Number 7. The Devil Whale. This is a legendary sea monster in the form of a whale known as the Devil Whale. It's enormous in size and could swallow entire ships. What's interesting is the fact that it resembled an island. While sleeping, sailors unaware put ashore on its back, only to get the shock of their lives. The moment the sailors start a fire, the devil whale attacks the ship and drags it to the deep waters of the sea. This story can also be found in Sinbad the Sailor. Following these scary ordeals, Christians began associating the whale with the devil. One early explorer who witnessed the devil whale was called Saint Brendan the Navigator. One day, as he was traveling on Easter Sunday to enjoy the festivities, he landed on the back of a whale. Immediately, when he set the fire to cook his meal, the island began swimming away. What a shock! He and his friends who had accompanied him scrambled back to the boats to save their dear lives from this deadly whale. That must have been one Easter he lived to remember for the rest of his life. Other legends argue that the devil whale isn't a whale, but a giant turtle. What do you think? Number 6. Yormang. Yormang means a huge monster. It's also known as Midgard World Serpent by some people. It's among the oldest mythical sea creature that is believed to stretch all over the world. Wow. Need I go into more details? Other sources claim that Yormang was the middle child of giantess Loki and Angerboda. According to the legends, Yormang was tossed into the great ocean that encircles the Midgard by its parents. After being tossed in the water, it grew so large such that it was able to surround the earth and grasp its tail. That's how it ended up with the name World Serpent or the Midgard. Number 5. Kraken. Sea creature tales have existed since time immemorial. Some of us are afraid of these creatures, but others still believe in them. According to experts, no sea monster was as scary as the Kraken. Kraken is said to be so huge such that it could reach as high as the top of a ship's main mast. It would then attack the ship and capsize it by wrapping its arms around the framework. After attacking the ship, this deadly monster would eat the crew while others, in an effort to escape, would drown in the deep waters. The stories of this feared mythical sea creature date back from the 12th century. Earlier Kraken was mistaken to be an island, or a series of islands, just like the devil whale. Kraken was also said to be the largest sea monster in the world by Bishop Bergen. Early drawings and descriptions of the Kraken reveal a crab-like appearance. However, in the 18th century, it started to depict drawings of a giant armed-like squid or octopus. That's what we probably know now as the giant squid. Can you imagine getting lured by a sea creature and falling into its charms thinking it's human? Then stay tuned for... Number 4. Yakuza. Yakuza is a supernatural horse found in the Highlands of Scotland. It's the most dangerous of all water horses. It comes in many forms, from a disguised pony, enormous bird, or a handsome man. If you dare get on the back of the Yakuza, you are only safe in the dry lands. Getting into the water is the end of you. You will stick on its skin's back as it becomes adhesive in the waters. The Yakuza then drowns you before tearing you apart. Your liver becomes the only thing that isn't edible for this unusual horse as it floats in the water. Humans are not the only victims of this creature. Cattle and sheep are also not spared. Rosse, a blacksmith, lost his daughter to the Yakuza. In revenge, he roasted a sheep after making large hooks and heating them until they were red hot. Yakuza is easily lured by the smell of roasted meat. When he came to the party, he was attacked by Rosse and his son. The next morning was the end of the Yakuza. This creature gets crazy when it has a desire for human women. Any women it sets its eyes on becomes its victim by any means necessary. It has the ability to lure women just like men do with great communication skills and pickup lines. Women have fallen prey to this creature all in the name of searching for love, only to discover later it's a monster. This is probably the most controversial one from our list so far. What do you think? Horses are known to be innocent pets that carry us around, but not this horse, which can lure a woman just like a normal man. Let me stop there on this one. Number 3. Kyrankron. The Kyrankron is a tale from the Scottish tales and the most terrifying of them all. This colossal sea monster has confused many for decades. No one is certain on its origin, other than the possibility of it living among the dinosaurs or the ginormous fish along the seas and land. This mystery and gigantic creature ate at least 7 whole whales for dinner to be satisfied. As if its appetite wasn't enough, the Kyrankron could disguise itself as a small silver fish. If a man caught it, it would turn back to its monster form and eat him. And with that, it's now time for today's best pick. Today's photo was sent to us by a subscriber, so if you come across a photo online and want to know more details about it, just send it over to us. We might even feature it in our future video. Number 2. Umibozu. The photo is of a sea creature known as Umibozu. Umibozu is found in Japanese deep seas. It is believed to attack and wreck ships under the waters. According to some legends, its head resembles the Buddhist monks when they have a clean shave. Other legends argue that the mythical sea creature represents priests who drowned years ago. It's huge in structure and can create sudden storms. It's also difficult to see its entire body, and normally you will only see it from shoulders up before its body disappears into a shadow. It looks like a giant octopus with its large and round ears. Sources claim that Umibozu shouts in Japanese while destroying the ships brutally. However, when it's in a good mood, it demands the crew in the ship to hand it a drum to fetch water. It then fills the drum with water to flood the ship. Over the years, clever sailors handed bottomless drums to the Umibozu that saved their lives as they ran off before Umibozu could drown them. Number 1. Cthulhu. Cthulhu is an undersea monster. It has been described as a mix between a dragon, a man, and a giant octopus. Its head resembles an octopus. It also has tentacles surrounding its supposed mouth. It stands at 1 meter tall and has human-looking legs and arms. At its back, it has a pair of wings. In 1980, games company TSR included an entire chapter on the Cthulhu mythos and the deities and demigods. The Call of the Cthulhu established the character as a malevolent entity, hibernating within an underwater city in the South Pacific in H.P. Lovecraft's story. The next time you travel on the cosmic waters, be extra careful. You never know what or who is watching your every move. And that was our countdown on 10 mythical sea creatures. Which one scares you the most, and do you believe that the mythical sea creatures still exist? Share with us, and until next time, stay safe.